Let the games begin. Not exactly a good night for Ron DeSantis, as I predicted in my video. Fireside here. Roll the tape. All right, guys. Fireside here, your humble yet confident host. Here to give you bad news if you're a Ron DeSantis fan. And there are Ron DeSantis fans out there. Not a good night for Ron DeSantis. Logistical nightmare, quite literally. Forget the headwinds he has facing Donald Trump and all the political realities, not headwinds that lie ahead. But the man couldn't get his campaign launched on Twitter. The system crashed. Who the hell is running Ron DeSantis' campaign? I ask the audience here, the ever-growing audience, please subscribe and comment. Can we afford mistakes when it comes to mail-in voting and harvesting? We made the mistake in 2020. It came out of nowhere. Democrats have been using the system for a long time, especially in bigger cities. We have the apparatus in Southern California. They call it the SoCal ballot harvesting. If you'll notice, we actually won in New York City and California, the House, because of those. And the rest of the country's picking up with respect to the other red states in the middle. The blue states that did that, but other red counties. Can we afford this? Can we afford the mistake that rookies such as Ron DeSantis are going to give us? Guys, again, I'm here to document this stuff. And pretty cool thing about the channel as well, too. If you recall, if you look at yesterday's video, okay, you will see that I called him the next Jeb Bush. That was the title. And guess what other channels were calling Ron DeSantis? Jeb Bush. This is after the fact that I said it. I'm not telling you they watch the channel. There's simply not enough people here. Again, subscribe and comment. Free speech zone. Tell me you hate my fucking glasses. Tell me the lighting in here is bad. Tell me something. Offend me. Give me your freaking affliction. Have fun. That's what this channel is all about. I digress. Let's look at some of the logistical problems. All right, the political realities, as I called them, as it were before. So this just tells you all you need to know. When someone says Karl Rove, what do you think of? I think of George W. Bush. That brings me a lot of pain. On both sides of the aisle. No one likes him. Afghanistan, Iraq, No Child Left Behind, the demise of the Republican Party, capitulating even during his campaign in 99, if you'll recall. I don't recall it all that much, but I have read some books on it. Compassionate conservative. More or less saying that, admitting in a way, falsely of course, that conservatives aren't compassionate, therefore we have to say compassionate conservatives. If you're not compassionate before conservative, you can't be a compassionate conservative. Capitulating is what Karl Rove architected. And I tell you what, he architected some really, really brilliant political buildings, didn't he? Everlasting ones, too. It's sickening what he's done to the country, frankly. But you know what? Guess what he's doing today? 5/24. 2023. He's supporting Ron DeSantis. I asked the Ron DeSantis folks that are supporting the presidential run. I support Ron DeSantis. I don't support his presidential run. I ask you, what the hell is Karl Rove supporting Ron DeSantis for? If I'm Ron DeSantis, I simply state, will you shut the hell up and not say anything, please? For the love of God, please don't. Now, if he did, then, okay, I'll forgive Ron DeSantis, but I won't forgive you guys. Karl Rove wants Ron DeSantis to win because he feels like he can control him with all of his PAC money. Ron DeSantis doesn't have money like Donald Trump, and he can't be controlled. One thing Karl Rove's to feed his ego, because God knows he's got nothing else. You seen that man? Anyway, that's who's running the show here, guys. Every single time, these billionaires and these mega donors, does this not remind you of Jeb Bush? What did Fireside say yesterday? What would the channel say yesterday? We're ahead of the curve on this, guys. We're ahead of the curve. So let's look at actually what happened to this today when I said he stumbled to the gate. Frankly, he fell down before the gate. He's crawling. I guess you could say he got back up and climbed up a ladder, if you will, or the gate, just climbed up it, and then he fell back down on his face because his announcement fell flat because no one fucking heard it. Twitter crashed. Highly anticipated announcement set to be made via conversation with Twitter CEO Musk and tech entrepreneur David Sachs on Twitter. Feature was delayed as it appeared the platform was overwhelmed. Who the hell is running Ron DeSantis' campaign? This is his fault. It's their fault. This is not, well, Twitter did it. He needs to be held accountable for it. Whoever's running that show, I'd be pissed off. Twitter mobile app repeatedly crashed, and users complains that they were unable to hear the broadcast. We can't hear a presidential campaign. It started? Is this a joke? Nearly 700,000 users logged in to hear the announcement roughly 20 minutes after it was launched. The event was then abruptly shut down without explanation. Now, I cannot believe, guys, that Fox News allowed this article to be on their site, because that's where I'm pulling it from. But let's look and see what they say afterwards. Trump's bizarre reaction to DeSantis' announcement sparks confusion online. Well, what is there exactly to be confused about? So, Donald J. Trump, Rob, my red button is, I like when he calls him Rob. My red button is bigger, better, stronger, and is working. Truth, yours does not. So what is he saying here? He's saying, first of all, truth is better than Twitter. That's up for debate. That's Donald Trump for you, but that's what he's saying there. And he's talking about a bigger, better, stronger red button. And I think he's referring to in a deeper way. And yes, that does happen with Trump on occasion. But he's talking about world peace. He never had to use the red button. He just knows he had it. It really is a callback to what it was like in 2016 with no war. None. In fact, we were getting out of wars. Did the war machine like that? I ask you to tell all your Democratic friends, the first thing that you say is, and how you defeat Trump derangement syndrome, at least to get him away from you, simply state, what policies didn't you like? They'll repeat like a robot. They don't like, they'll say he's a racist or something. That's fine. Okay, I'll grant you that. Let's just say he's a racist. What policy didn't you like? They don't have a fucking clue, and they're never able to answer it. They'll say, because there's nothing to bitch about, especially when you have a frame of reference. A former colleague of mine told me, in order to be different, you have to be same. At first, you have to have that frame of reference. We have a frame of reference now, which actually goes back to my point of this video, which is Ron DeSantis is insane for running, because Donald Trump can say for the first time in a very long time in presidential history, I've done it. It's not hypothetical. This is reality. This is actually what has come to pass under Donald Trump administration. No war, great economy. Those are his two improve and good on the border. Those are his three major accomplishments. Okay? It's hard to combat that. So Ron DeSantis finds himself in a bit of a pickle here, guys. Again, I just don't understand the political reasoning for running. There's just no way he can win. Quite literally, if Trump doesn't win this thing, he's going to run as an independent. Therefore, Ron DeSantis can't run. So why is he doing it? Is it ego? Is it for money? It sure is. I mean, is it stupidity? Because I got to tell you, it's sure as hell not going to help his political career. He's already got people like me making videos about him in his substandard campaign. And I am a little pissed off. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. Donald Trump had a great response. It's a great campaign ad, and it talked about loyalty. And in one of the sessions, or one of the clips, it had Ron DeSantis reading to his child, "Make America Great Again" book. How is he going to combat that? The only thing I can think of if I was his political strategist is to simply state, hey, look, you hired the wrong people. Hey, look, you should have fired Dr. Fauci. Why the hell did Donald Trump hire John Bolton? John Kelly? These are just unacceptable hires. Christopher Wray. Donald Trump, that was under your watch. That's what I would go after if I was Ron DeSantis. I'm assuming he will. I think he actually said he was going to fire Christopher Wray. He's already kind of going that direction. But we're going to see where this goes. We're going to keep an eye on this channel. It's going to be a big part of it, guys. In 2 years, this is it. The economy can't handle what's going on, and I think more and more, it's my patriotic duty to cover such items and to help the country the way I can. And please help the country by supporting me, by liking and subscribing to my content and our content. And, let's have a good time by the fireside and let's chat. So again, subscribe, comment, Tell me what you guys want to see here, etc. And I will talk to you later. Fireside is